A decade ago, I shared a story of myself and my little sister. Little did I know that such a normal story in my context would spark a conversation that would change the face of child marriage today. Today, the story resonates in families, playground, classrooms, in boardrooms, and conferences like this. Today, it is also being recaptured beyond these four walls we are in. My story is not unique. It is the lived experiences of girls every day in developing countries, including my country, Malawi. At the heart of human existence lies the power of storytelling to spur us to action, and it helps us understand a context and be part of the change in our global village. From sharing my story has become a part of the global movement towards ending child marriage and empowering girls around the world. Thank you so much for recognizing me throughout my efforts through this year's Albies Awards. It is such a great honor for me, my sister, and all the girls and survivors of child marriage and the voices of girls and women around the world. Child marriage is a deeply concerning issue that affects millions of girls worldwide. Allow me to share some insights. Approximately 700 million girls have been married before their 18th birthday. Shockingly, 1 in every 3 girls in developing countries is married before reaching their age of 18, and 1 in 9 is married under the age of 15. These statistics underscore the urgency of addressing the issue of child marriage. These are not just numbers. These are the girls that we are losing every year. We are robbing of their childhood as well as their rights to their education. Child marriage persists due to inadequate enforcement of laws and misconceptions about traditional and cultural practices. Gender inequality and discrimination also plays a significant role. Progress, as we have seen, has been made over the last decade. For example, in my country, Malawi, as Ms. Michelle Obama has just said, we made a historic turn in changing the legal marriage age from 15 to 18 years. And I am so happy to have been part of the movement, leading that change at grassroots level. Now, child marriage is being criminalizing. We are criminalizing all child marriages under the age of 18. This, in my country, has reduced the marriage rate from 42% to 37.7%. A quite remarkable progress, but as you can see, a lot more needs to be done. Globally, an estimated 30 million child marriages have been prevented, but there is still much more work to be done. Global projections of girls married by 2030 have shot up from 100 million to 110 million, based on the current statistics that an additional 10 million were married off during COVID-19 outbreak. In 2020 alone, we saw the greatest surge in child marriage rates. Child marriage has devastating consequences, as you have seen in the story of my sister and the girls in my community. It denies girls their rights to their autonomy over their bodies and bodily integrity. It is also linked to high rates of maternal mortality, lower family planning use, unwanted pregnancies, and often marks the end of girls' education. The global community recognizes this urgency on ending child marriage. It is firmly rooted in the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, specifically Sustainable Development Goal 5, Target 3.3. By addressing this travesty, we contribute not only to gender equality, but also to progress across all the Sustainable Development Goals. Integrating actions to end child marriage remains critical to sustaining global progress. We all have to work together and shine the light on all the girls around the world, empowering women and girls as key decision makers and agents of change achieves long-lasting results. Giving women and girls a voice in all aspects of project design and implementation is very essential for the success in ending child marriage. Let's continue to invest in girls directly through women and girls-led organizations and revolutions movement on their rights. It must be beyond healing their stories, but deliberately targeting them for long-lasting investment. We need more scholarships for girls. We need education. Remains the most powerful tool that we can use to change girls' lives as well as children's lives. Education and empowering women and girls breaks the cycle of poverty. It changes the norms, the values, the attitudes and beliefs that are associated with disempowering girls and women. Let's continue to inspire a generation of women leaders. Today's fierce girls will become unstoppable leaders. This year, it was an honor for Malawi to be visited by the 3 principal delegates that I adore so much, Mrs. Michelle Obama, Mrs. Amma Clooney, as well as Miss Miranda French Getz. They have forever left an inspiring mark for myself and all the girls in my country, Malawi, to be bold and brave and speak out for social transformative change. Thank you for being the global icons that are changing the narratives of what it means to be a woman, powerful, fierce, inspirational, dedicational, mothers, sisters, and role models, and great leaders and advocates of our generation. And all the men Aries, we see you. When I got a call from George and Amma, they reminded me that men play a crucial role in advancing gender equality, which is often framed as a women's issue. The truth is that achieving equality is a collective responsibility, one that involves everyone regardless of gender. As the UN Women Executive Director, Sama Bahars, has reminded us this year, a gender-equal world is within our reach if we choose it. Similarly, ending child marriage is within our power if we choose it. I believe that a world without all forms of violence against girls and children, including elimination of child marriage, is possible. Investment in ending child marriage has a ripple effect, empowering girls and women as well as building stronger communities, societies, and economies. It is critical to center the voices of girls, children, youth, and to mobilize women and girls-led movements for social change. We need to continue to celebrate the strength, resilience, and potential of girls all over the world. Our world leaders gathered here today, it is possible to turn those promises and commitments into reality by 2030 and improve the lives of the world most vulnerable for generations to come. As a global community, we must be outraged by the disadvantages that girls are facing all over the world. We need to continue advocating, implementing policies, and supporting programs that empower girls and protecting their rights. Remember, ending child marriage and empowering girls are interconnected. By doing so, we are not only advancing gender equality, but also contributing to a more just and sustainable world. Once again, thank you for this award. Let's work together and ensure a just and equitable and sustainable future for all the girls and all the women and all the children. Thank you.